Hello, lovely. How are you? Good. How can I help? Alright. I can definitely do that for you. So, let me have a look at your hair. Nice length, looks lovely. Just have a feel. Now, is your hair dyed? Okay. Feels quite nice. Quite nice and smooth. When did you last wash your hair? Does feel a bit dry at the ends. Okay. 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 So, your hair looks pretty good. Alright, considering it is bleached, but the ends are in need of a good cut and some kind of treatment on your hair is needed. Alright, but I think it's about finding the right products for you to use at home, which is of course why you've came in. So I know what's going on with your hair. It is dry, slightly damaged, it's got some split ends, and obviously it's bleached, so our hair's going to be more porous, more brittle, and we need something that's going to give it extra love, if you like. And just have a look. Scalp. Okay, scalp looks fine. So is your scalp okay? Don't have any problems with itching or anything like that? Okay. Alright, okay. So what I think it's best if I go through a full regime with you. Would that work? Okay, so why don't you grab yourself a chair, get yourself comfortable, and I can go and get some things and we can go through them. How's that sound? Great, I'll see you in a moment. There you go, just some water for you. Please help yourself. You're welcome. Are you comfortable? Good. So let's talk hair and hair care. Now, they do say on average that we should be washing our hair once or twice a week, but it really does depend on the hair type. You in particular, once or twice a week is fine, but you need to be your own judge on your hair. If you feel like it needs washing sooner, please do. If you feel like it could go longer, then go longer. Alright, so let's think of when we wash our hair. So first of all, we need to make sure we've got a correct towel to use. Now, personally, I don't use normal towels on my hair anymore. That is one thing I have changed, and I'll use a proper hair towel. There are often microfiber towels, they're infused with biotin, different types of cloths and different things like that. You can get some amazing ones. Have a look what's on the market, and I don't particularly sell them here, but you can get some really good ones that are infused with biotin, argan oil and different things like that. Okay, so what you would do is after you wash your hair, bend down, tie it up and leave it like that and let it dry into the towel. So if you can, I definitely invest in something like that. Alright, so when we have a shower, for example, I would say wash your hair on a warm setting. Alright, that's comfortable for you. And you need to be doing 2 shampoo and then a conditioner. unless you're doing a mask, which will sit between shampoo and conditioner. Does that make sense? Good. Now, when it comes to a shampoo and conditioner, it's best to have something that suits your hair type or your concern. All right. Now, I actually really love Redken, and the acidic bonding range is wonderful for damaged, brittle and, bleached hair. So that could work for you. I also like the Extreme Repair, which is fantastic. Again, will be great for you. And the Extreme Length is a great one as well, and that's got biotin in it, and that is a fantastic one, which is great for maybe a bit more hydration, rather than the others more for like damage and repair. Okay, so them are the three that I quite like. Now, what I tend to say to people, if the hair is pretty damaged, start with the acidic bonding, move on to the Extreme Repair, then go on to the Extreme Length, or tweak it and go on whichever way you wish. Then there's another option which I tend to say go on to afterwards, is the All Soft. Okay, so this has shampoo and conditioner like so. All right, now this is a moisturizing, hydrating shampoo, but it's good for dry, brittle hair. The shampoo has argan oil plus 2% moisture complex. It's pH balanced formula, and then you've got the argan oil and 5% moisture complex in the conditioner. Okay, so these are good as well if you suffer with like frizzy hair and you tend to like puff out in humidity and things. These are good for that. Now, you could just use this all the time, or you can mix and match. So I like to swap a little bit through routine. So at the moment I am using these. Okay, so after this is gone, I may go back on to Extreme Length. That's what I was using before this. I did the step by step as I've suggested you to do, but your hair isn't excessively damaged like mine was, so you could get away with just starting with this, see how you get on with it, or if you are wanting to grow your hair, maybe try Extreme Length. It's up to you, or you can do Extreme Repair. Yeah, it just depends. I mean, obviously the acidic bonding has got like different proteins in it. It really does depend on what your concern is with your hair and what you want to work on. All right, but looking at your hair today, you could definitely use something like this without a problem. All right, so have a look at Redken and see what different products they have and what suits you. Now, I used to use Wella, and I was always Wella, SP, everything. And I've tried Olaplex, used that for a long time. That actually damaged my hair more. Used back to Wella, and in the end, I thought I need to try something else, so I went in and tried the acidic bonding by Redken, and literally that has transformed my hair with all the step by step that I've been doing. Obviously I've used multiple bottles of each, and now this is my first lot of this, and so far I'm quite liking it. All right, so what I would do is wet my hair with really warm water, make sure it's really soaked through. Okay, put a bit of this on, massage it all the way through, really get into each section of your hair, you know what I mean? Rinse it, then go in again, because then that's really going to properly clean your hair. Make sure you are rubbing your scalp all the way through, by your ears, everywhere. Make sure you are really getting in there. Okay, now if you wanted to, you can get a scalp brush maybe and just help, that also help promote hair growth and help relieve anything off your scalp, and it feels quite nice. You can do that if you wish. Then rinse. Okay, make sure you are rinsing thoroughly as well, that is important. Then go in with the conditioner, so you pop a bit on, and I get it all over my hair, and then I get a comb, one that's quite an open, it's got good gap between it, and just drag it through, all the way through. Leave it to sit. Okay, sometimes I have it on a little bit longer than like 30 seconds, and sometimes it's 5 minutes, just depends, but it's good for your hair, so that's fine. And then obviously rinse it. But then I go in then with a cold blast. So rinse it with the warm water. Then I go in with really cold to kind of close up all the pores and seal all the product in. All right, so that's how I would wash my hair. Okay, but if I decide to use a mask, which I have been doing, I highly recommend this. This is probably my 4th or 5th tub of this. I absolutely love this. So this is the Garnier Ultimate Blends Hair Remedy 3 Honey Repairing Mask. So it's 1 minute, 10% less breakage. So it's got manuka, lavender and acacia, I think it's pronounced. And this I will use in between my shampoo and conditioner. Okay, so smells absolutely divine. So you'd pop all over. That's what I do, all over, and comb it through, just like I did with the conditioner. Okay, it feels incredible, smells incredible. I absolutely love it. Now Garnier do quite a lot of different masks and different oils and different things like that, but personally I really love this one. So I'm still getting, you know, my repair. It's got all these ingredients in. Honey is fantastic for hair and skin, and then combining the 3 like that, I think it's brilliant. So, you know, the mask, any mask really, I mean that's a repairing mask, but there might be something that might suit you a bit better. Me personally, looking at your hair, that mask would be good for you. All right, okay, so then you'd wash off as normal, condition, wash off, and then you'd get out, obviously pop your hair in one of those special towels. All right, and let that to, you know, dry. So you'll take your towel off, and my hair is a mess, you know, curly and everything everywhere. So I won't go in and brush it straight away. Don't do that. Leave that. What I do is get a heat protective spray or Sebastian No Breaker. I don't have any to hand, we've actually sold out here at the moment, but Sebastian No Breaker is fantastic. You just spritz it all the way through your hair. It's going to help reduce your hair from breaking, less split ends, etc. Spritz it all the way through, bit by bit, layer it, spritz it, layer it, spritz it, cover it, then brush it through. Something like this, a paddle brush. Okay, now this is a paddle brush from GHD and I absolutely love this. This has got to be the best brush I have ever had. It's really spongy, squidgy. These are flexible and not really rigid and sharp. It just glides through the hair perfectly. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. If you're going to get anything, get one of these. I think it's lovely. So that is what I brush through my hair with. Don't use a round brush. They can easily pull, get stuck, things like that. Use this, glide it through. Okay, so that's if you're going to use the Sebastian No Breaker. If you're not, then go in with a heat protective spray, or if you have used the Sebastian No Breaker, you still need to use a heat protective spray. Okay, so something that I'm using at the moment, which I quite like, is this product. So this is Give Me Cosmetics Heat Defense Spray, Prep and Protect. Okay, so it defends up to 230 degrees and it's UV filter, mango and passion fruit. It smells incredible. And what I do with this is basically the same as what I do with the Sebastian No Breaker. Spritz it all the way down, all the way through, bit by bit, brushing it all through. Done. Okay, now people often don't put enough on. Most of our hair gets damaged through heat rather than colouring. Okay, so we need to make sure we are layering enough heat product. All right, your hair needs to be covered in it. And then obviously you need to brush it through to make sure it is missing the sections that you haven't spritzed. All right, so section it bit by bit and just work your way through it. Now I see a lot of hairdressers actually just go and that's it. That's nowhere near enough. You need to cover it properly. All right, and I quite like this. I used to use the Weller thermal heat defense spray, something like the thermal spray. It's like purple. I used it for years. However, I found that that was a bit more drying on my hair personally. So I think something like this would probably suit you. It smells incredible. It wets the hair perfectly. It's just really nice, and you know, no issues with this. It's going to do what it needs to do. You can get ones with different things in. I know some have like loads of different things in there, and I think sometimes it's too overcomplicated. We don't need to overcomplicate these sprays, so something just, you know, heat protective spray will do. All right, so something like that is really good. Okay, talking about heat protective spray now, I actually love a dry one. Okay, and this, I like the Voodoo's one, and that's where I first heard actually about ones like this, aerosol ones, and it was fantastic. I did feel it made my hair a little bit dry, but I spotted this, so now we sell this here. So this is VO5 Dry Heat Protect Spray. No sizzle on dry hair, a smooth and shine, non-greasy formula for all hair. It smells incredible. Right, gorgeous. And you can see how it just comes out. So don't just rely on the wet one. I use this as well. So I'm going with that. Then I'll dry my hair on a medium heat. All right. Dry it, and what you can do, either like a blast through, or you can use like a round brush and like dry it properly, and then when it's completely all done, I will blast it over with a cold. Okay, and I use the Dyson. This is what we've got here in the salon. These are absolutely fantastic. They are so quick and dries your hair a lot quicker. It's just, I don't know what it is, but I think they are fantastic. So these are a big plus in our salon. We all have one of those. And you know, there's an end that goes on them, which is here, and if you want to do your hair like you're brushing with a brush, then you use this. It's more, you know, angled on it, and you're doing it down like so. It's hard to do it yourself, but we do use these on clients if they're wanting really straight hair, something like that. So it's just any round brush will do. So then when the hair is dry, I will then section my hair and all the client's hair with clips. All right, so I just section 2 up, 1 up, work my way around, and then you'd spritz per section on top, underneath, comb it through with a comb, and then I will straighten. I use the GHD. We've all got GHD ones here, all different sizes, but I quite like this thick one because my hair is quite thick and, you know, it's fairly long, and I just find it's quicker and easy to do this. So any GHD or any straighteners is fine, but these are my favourite. All right, so that is basically how I would do it to protect the hair. So it's all done, all straight, whatever you've done to it. Then I need to go in and lock in some moisture and help seal the ends. And this is where this product comes in. Okay, so this has grapeseed oil, apricot oil, argan oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E. Okay, it's a stunning blend. You can use it on your hair and body. What I do with this is a couple of drops, put more or less in, and I would just go around the ends of the hair, because sometimes if you are applying it on top, you know, you're going to get maybe like a greasy look, and you might not want that. And I would just tend to go through my hair like that. Obviously, I do tend to put a bit more on, but I will do that in the morning, brush it through like I've done, and before bed. I only pop it on my ends, so I work my way through, basically, bit down, so that the end bits are covered. That will stop it from being greasy, but you know, it feels amazing. Now this has actually helped wonders with my hair, so it's a staple in this salon now, absolute staple. We use this on people's hair that are struggling, that are quite damaged, dry, brittle, prone to breakage, etc. So this is something that you need in your life. Okay, you can pop it on wet hair as well. I used to do that when I first started, but I tend to put it on my client's hair at the end now. So straighten the hair, get it on there, work hands all the way through like so, like that, then brush it through, and then that's that. But we do sell this here as well. These are very popular, so you can take it away with you and, you know, get yourself some oil and treat your own hair. It is brilliant and will transform your hair incredibly. Now if your hair, you're feeling, needs a bit of a freshen up, it's, you know, it's not smelling the best, or it needs a wash but you're not quite ready to do so, you want something like a hair perfume. Now I quite like Kitsch hair perfume. Now this is pistachio latte, but there's all sorts of different ones, so you will literally just like spritz. Let me just spritz it on you. It smells incredible. So you just like spritz it all over, turn my hair upside down, spritz it, and then comb it all through, and then it smells great. So something like that is brilliant. So dry shampoo. I'm not a huge dry shampoo fan. I'm never happy with them. There's always a problem. They either appear to do nothing, leave white residue everywhere. Just, I don't know. Leave my hair looking oily, greasy, just a mess. But this has got to be the best I've found so far. Now, this is called the Reset Dry Shampoo by Adam Reed. Okay, now I actually got this just off chance, and now we have it here in salon because it is brilliant. We don't tend to use dry shampoo here, but we sell it. So this is an ultra fine dry shampoo, cleanses and refreshes hair instantly. Okay, so it has all the wonderful ingredients in it. It has a hair freshener as well, soft on scalp, brushable. And so this is what I do. We'll spritz section, massage it in a little bit, then I'll get a brush and brush it through, and it'll be that brush. Now as you can see, my hair, it feels quite soft and looks quite soft, and that's because I use that. So it needed to be washed, but now it looks like it doesn't. So that is probably the best I've tried. So yeah, something like this would be good for in between washes, or you know, just wanted a bit of a freshen up or something like that. Hairspray. I don't use a lot of hairspray. In salon we do. The best is Wella. This is Wella Performance. It smells divine. Let me just spritz a little bit for you. Stunning, right? Now this is fab if you want to like stick down flyaways, you know, it's just perfect. It is really good product. I love this, and it's huge and it lasts forever. But what I do recommend is a wand. I don't have one to show you, we've actually sold out, but a wand that you can kind of stick your flyaways down. Kitsch is one we do here, which is fantastic, and you pop it in and you just tame the little bits down, and you can brush it and comb it down if you wish. A baby hair tamer is fab. Some are horrible, feel like sticky and glue. Some are not very nice, but some are quite nice. The Kitsch one is very pleasant to use. I do quite like that one. So yeah, something like that if you do have flyaways. You just to tame it down. If you don't want to, a little bit of hairspray, spritz, and then maybe get a comb and just comb it like that. It will work wonders. Okay, so that is that. I'm trying to think what else I use and what we do here. I think that's everything really. So we need to think of brushing our hair with correct products. Okay, things that are not going to knot, tangle, you know, things that are going to be good and smooth for the hair. You know, you can use detanglers if your hair gets very knotty. You know, different types of brushes. You'll find that if your hair is quite thick, curly, wavy, anything like that, or it can be quite knotty. Things like this will be really good. Comb for obviously straightening, that's easier to work with, and obviously like a round brush if you're going to be drying it properly. Something like that. You need to be using warm water and then finish off with a nice cold blast. Same with your hairdryer, middle warm heat, then go in with a cold blast throughout. You know, we need to be using shampoo and conditioner. You don't need to use the same one. So for example, if I wanted to use the All Soft shampoo, but I fancied using the extreme length conditioner, I'll just swap and do that, vice versa. You know, it's there to be tweaked. So they're really good for your hair. And then make sure you are doing a double shampoo and then your conditioner, or double shampoo, mask and conditioner. All right, and then heat protective spray is a huge must, and in my opinion, use something like this as well, because it, you know, it protects your hair extra from those bits that the wet one not necessarily caught. Now some of these do say that you can use it on dry hair, and personally I'd avoid, because you are just going to sizzle your hair and it's just not good. You shouldn't be applying this to dry hair and then going in with a straightener. If you're going to put it on dry hair, go through with a hairdryer first before going in and straightening it. All right, otherwise you're just going to damage. So if I, okay, so must have. Okay, so this is a must, and then a shampoo and conditioner of some sort is a must, and a mask is a must. So they're the things that I would definitely go to. And I'd probably use something like Sebastian No Breaker as well as a treatment. And then obviously a towel is essential. A proper hair towel is good, because it's not going to be rubbing on you. And a silk pillowcase or a satin pillowcase, something like that, because it's going to help and stop rubbing your hair and breaking it off, and it's also good for your skin as well. And yeah, try not to be straightening your hair all the time as well. I only straighten my hair the day that I wash it, and then the rest of the time I just leave it. It's either up or just down or whatever, so less is more, you know, if you want your hair to grow and repair and things like that. Okay, any questions? Yes, I have told you a lot, haven't I? So I think it's best maybe if I send everything over to you in an email, so you can have a look through and I can give you some product recommendations, etc. And then if I can get you in, maybe I could do your hair a treatment, maybe a cut or something like that. Yeah? Okay, so I'll send everything over to you. So if I could have your email first. Okay, let me just find your name. Can you just confirm your name? Thank you. Right, can you just tell me your email? Okay, wonderful. I've added that. Okay, so what I will do later is send you everything over that I recommend. My hair routine, I've got a pack that I have, and I'll send that to you. That'll be routine, what to use and different things like that, different recommendations and products, and specifically for your hair type I will send that as well. Now, would you like me to book you in for a hair appointment? Okay, what would you like me to do? I can do that for you. Okay, so you'd like me to cut it. Okay, so let's book you in. When are you thinking? I could do that for you. 2 p.m. Perfect. Right, you should get a text any second. Fab. Wonderful. So, yeah, you could purchase the oil. Not a problem. I'll get one of the girls to help you with the products. So here at the moment you can get the oil, you can get your shampoo and conditioner of choice, mask we don't do here, this we do, that we do, that we do. So yeah, but one of the girls will come and take you over, and then you can go and have a look and pick what things you want to buy. All right, yeah, would you be able to take them over to the retail bar and just, you know, give them some items that they want? Yeah, and pop it through. Yeah, they've got an account. Okay, thank you. I'll send them over. Thank you. So they're going to go through everything with you, what you want to buy, and they will bag it all up for you, and then you can take that away. And then I'll see you in a few weeks for your hair appointment, and then if we need to, we can always go over some products then. But later on today, you will get an email with all my recommendations in, and routines and things like that. Okay, I hope that helps. You're very welcome. You take care now. Bye bye.